What if I told you there was a moment in history when humans realized they had created something powerful enough to destroy their own world? Not in theory. In reality, for the first time in history, humanity held the power to erase entire cities in seconds, and the people who created it were terrified by what they had done. In July 1945, scientists gathered in a desert in New Mexico. They were about to test a new weapon. They called it the Trinity test. No one had ever seen power like this before. Some scientists believed the explosion might ignite the atmosphere and burn the entire planet. Others believed it might simply fail. But when the countdown reached 0, the desert sky exploded into light. A fireball brighter than the sun rose into the sky. The shockwave traveled for miles. Windows shattered far away, and many of the scientists watching stood in total silence. Some cheered, some stared in horror. One of the lead scientists, J. Robert Oppenheimer, later recalled a line from an ancient text: "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." In that moment, humanity crossed a line it could never go back across. Only weeks later, the world saw the weapon used in war. In August 1945, a single bomb was dropped on a city in Japan. The explosion erased entire neighborhoods instantly. Buildings disappeared, but the numbers don't tell the real story. The real story is found in the Hiroshima shadows. When the blast happened, the heat was so intense, thousands of degrees, that it literally bleached the concrete. If a person was sitting on a set of stairs or leaning against a wall, their body blocked the light for a split second before they vanished. When the dust cleared, the person was gone, but their shadow was permanently etched into the stone. A permanent silhouette of a human being who didn't even have time to scream. Imagine that. One moment you are waiting for a bus. The next, you are nothing but a dark stain on a sidewalk. This is the terrifying efficiency of the world we built. 3 days later, another nuclear bomb was used on a second Japanese city. The destruction shocked the world. War ended shortly after, but the psychological impact never disappeared, because now the world knew something terrifying. One weapon could destroy an entire city. After the war, countries raced to build more nuclear weapons. The United States had them. Soon the Soviet Union did too. Then other nations followed. Each weapon was thousands of times more powerful than the last. Today, several countries possess nuclear arsenals. Thousands of nuclear warheads still exist. If even a fraction were used, the destruction would be global. Some estimates suggest the current arsenal could destroy human civilization many times over, which creates a strange reality. Peace now exists partly because of fear. This is called nuclear deterrence. The idea that war becomes impossible because the consequences are too catastrophic for everyone involved. Now pause. Imagine you were the leader of a nation at war. You believe using a weapon could end the conflict faster, but you know it will destroy an entire city. What would you do? History shows us something uncomfortable. The most powerful weapons ever created were not controlled by machines. They were controlled by human decisions, fear, pressure, and responsibility. There is a name you've probably never heard: Stanislav Petrov. In 1983, a computer screen in a Soviet bunker flashed. Incoming missiles. The system said the USA had launched five nuclear strikes. The protocol was simple: retaliate. Destroy America before they destroy us. Petrov had his finger on the button. The world's survival depended on his heart rate. But he felt something was wrong. He chose to believe it was a computer error. He sat in silence while his monitors screamed death. He was right, it was a glitch. But if Petrov had been a man of perfect obedience, none of us would be alive today to watch this video. We are living on borrowed time, gifted to us by one man's intuition. Nuclear weapons changed how humanity sees war. For thousands of years, wars were fought with armies. Now, a single decision could affect millions of lives instantly. Which means the greatest danger may not be the weapon itself, but the human mind behind it. We like to think we are more evolved than the people of 1945. We aren't. We have the same brains, the same capacity for rage, and the same fear of the other. The only difference is that today, the fuse is shorter and the fire is hotter. We are the first species in the history of the universe that has found a way to commit suicide. Every night you sleep, you do so under the umbrella of deterrence, a fancy word for, if you kill me, I'll kill everyone you love. It's a fragile piece. It's a thin glass floor over an abyss, because power without reflection is dangerous. And history shows how easily fear can shape decisions. History isn't just something that happened, it's a warning, because the same human psychology that created these weapons still exists today. Fear, power, survival. If we don't understand how our minds work, someone else will make decisions for us. Remember, control your mind before your mind controls you. Because history does not repeat, it waits. And in this world, forever is not guaranteed. And if this video made you think, subscribe. See you next time on a different yet important psychological topic.